everyone, my name is Jyotsna and I am a 19-year-old feminist and a writer, and today we are going to dissect and argue against some wild anti-feminist claims made by an American conservative called Candace Owens. So I'm going to be very honest, I did not know who Candace Owens was, so I decided to Google her. Turns out she is an American conservative speaker, she's an author, and she is a public figure in America, and she's pretty involved in politics as well. She is widely known, according to AI overview of the Google, she is widely known for her criticism of the Black Lives Matter movement. Not gonna lie, I took a little pause after reading the sentence because that's I don't know, no comments, but you get my point, right? Okay, so let's dive into her claims.
So let's dive into it. So the first claim that she says is,
my first claim is that the sexual revolution has devalued women and made them infinitely less happy.
okay, let's take this and break the claim part by part.
So let's break down. And before you accuse me of cheating, this is my laptop and I have researched the material of debate. This is how debates work. Thank you. And before you say, what does a 19-year-old know about life and feminism, I have done my homework. So let's dive into it. Okay, let's break this down first. What is the sexual revolution? According to most definitions, it refers to the liberalization of attitudes around sex, particularly in the West during the 1960s. Women's rights movements, contraception access, and legal reform reshaped how society viewed sex, relationships, and bodily autonomy. Women gained more freedom to say no, to say yes, and to live without shame or permission. So now, Miss Owens claimed that it devalues women. Now let's address the idea that it devalued women. Devalued in what way? If a woman's worth was once controlled, if a woman's worth was once tied to her virginity or her obedience, then that wasn't value, that was control. The sexual revolution did erase women's worth. It revealed how conditional it had been all along. If society only valued women when they were submissive or celibate, that wasn't about their humanity. That was conditional. It was control. It was compliance. The sexual revolution just allowed women to have more choice over their bodies. So yes, the revolution disrupted that system. It didn't devalue women. It gave them the right to redefine the value on their own terms. So does that mean that the movement is perfect? No, absolutely not, because nothing is. So let's talk about the valid critiques of the sexual revolution. Downsides of the sexual revolution include: first, commodification of sex. Sex became more visible, and so did the objectification of women in the media and advertising. 2. Emotional unpreparedness. More sexual freedom came without enough emotional intelligence, leaving many confused and pressured and directionless. Number 3, unequal burden on women. Women often faced more consequences: pregnancy, stigma, and health risks. 4, limited inclusivity. Early benefits mostly served white, straight, middle-class women, excluding many other women of color, and other diverse groups. 5th, new pressure around sex. Sex positivity sometimes became a pressure to say yes, and those who said no felt ashamed. So I guess what I'm trying to say about this claim in conclusion, to summarize my argument, is no. The sexual revolution didn't devalue women. It challenged a world where their value was measured by silence, obedience, and purity. It didn't make women less happy. It gave them the right to decide what happiness even means to them. And if some still feel unfulfilled today, maybe it's because the revolution itself is incomplete, not because it went too far. And maybe the real issue isn't that women have too much freedom. It's that some people are still uncomfortable watching them use it. That's my argument.
No career will give women as much joy and fulfillment as raising children.
Let's talk about the second claim that Ms. Owens makes. So her claim 2 said that no career can give women as much joy and fulfillment as raising children. Okay. So Ms. Owens defends her argument by saying that having children is basic biology. She says that when we are thinking, she says, and I quote, when we are thinking about what's inherent, biology is a good place to start with, unquote. So here's the thing. If we follow her reasoning to its logical end, it raises serious questions. For example, stay with me. The average age at which a girl gets her first period is around 11 or 12. If we view everything through a purely biological lens, does that mean an 11-year-old should quit school and have a baby simply because her body is capable of it? Biology may tell us when something is possible, but it doesn't tell us when it's right, when it's healthy, when it's fulfilling. Human beings, women included, are not bound solely by biology. Our choices, values, and fulfillment come from our minds, ambitions, experiences, not just our reproductive systems. Obviously, marriage and parenthood often boost happiness. But is it fair to assume the well-being and happiness of different women with diverse experience to one single assertion? I feel like this claim itself is very restricting and dismissive of the complexity of the life experience of a woman. Stay with me. This statement assumes that all women are fulfilled by one single same thing, but fulfillment is deeply personal. Some women might find profound joy in motherhood, and there is nothing wrong with it, but some women might feel most alive as surgeons, scientists, teachers, artists, entrepreneurs, authors, YouTubers. To claim that only motherhood can offer joy, genuine joy and genuine fulfillment above all else, it flattens the vast spectrum of women's identities into one role. That's not empowering, that's limiting. Yes, parenting is rewarding, but it's also one of the hardest unpaid jobs in the world. To pit careers against motherhood, it ignores that many women do both, often out of necessity, and framing motherhood as the only real fulfillment devalues the immense work it takes to raise a child, as if it's some natural bliss rather than labor, sacrifice, and emotional intensity. Why can't we respect both career and caregiving? And frankly speaking, if I dissected every statement that I didn't agree with Miss Owens while she was defending this particular claim, it might be a 2-hour-long video. But let me know if you guys want that. I'm open. Okay.
Let's dive into the third claim.
We live under a matriarchy, not a patriarchy.
We live under a matriarchy, not a patriarchy, she says.
Oh man. Oh. Okay. Professional face on. So claim for Miss Owens, she says that we live under a matriarchy, not a patriarchy. Okay. In theory, in a matriarchal society, women would be typically the ones who make decisions, hold positions of leadership, and have the most influence within the community, and that would be called as matriarchy, according to Google, and obviously this is matriarchy. So let's approach this claim with data first. Okay. Since our dear Miss Owens hails from the United States of America, we shall focus on that. but I can quote global statistics if you want me to. Let me know in the comments. So in the US, let's start. 1. Women hold only around 28% of seats in the Congress, 151 of 535 total members in 2025, 26% in the Senate, and 28.7% in the House. There has never been a female president, and only 13 female governors currently serve, compared to 37 male governors. In 2023, women earned just 83 cents for every dollar that a man made in full-time, year-round work. This gap narrows slightly to 85 cents across all workers as of 2024. Disparities are even wider for women of color. Black women earn 66 cents per dollar a man makes. Latina and Native American women earn 58 cents per dollar a man makes. So, reality check. Patriarchy is far from dismantled. These figures show that power remains deeply gendered even in one of the most advanced countries. No matter how loudly someone shouts it on the internet, on a podcast, data doesn't lie. And patriarchy is still the operating system of our political, economic, and cultural world. Claiming we live in a matriarchy isn't just wrong, it reverses reality.
Final claim is that feminism has made things easier for men.
Finally, a claim we agree on. She says that feminism has made things easier for men. Yes, it has. Feminism has made things better for men. Why? Because feminism isn't about women winning over men. It's about everyone being free from rigid gender roles. Feminism says men are allowed to cry, men can be stay-at-home dads without being mocked, men don't have to be protectors at the cost of their mental health, men deserve therapy, not just toughness, men's pain is real and their emotions matter. Feminism fights for paid paternity leave, for dismantling toxic masculinity, for making emotional literacy normal, not shameful. So feminism helps men because freedom and equality doesn't limit, it expands. So these were my claims. These were my arguments to Miss Candace Owens' claims, and I am aware that my channel is very new. I am not posting regularly, so there is a chance that no one might ever see this video, but I just wanted to make it because I am a feminist and I needed clarity and just something that I can say that puts this debate, that makes this debate make sense. Because when I heard those claims, I knew that I have to speak against it. Every one of us has to speak against it. And feminism isn't politics. Feminism is common sense. So let me know who you want me to dissect next. Please don't say Charlie Kirk. Please don't say Charlie Kirk. I please keep my mental health intact and don't say Charlie Kirk. Okay. Tell me in the comments if you learned something, and share this video with someone who is not still sure what feminism is, and maybe they agree with Miss Owens. Share this video with them, and if they do not agree with Miss Owens, share this video to them also, so that we can stand in solidarity. And see you in the next one. Bye bye.